I want to talk about being a creator. I've been creating stuff online for decades, and especially in the last year and a half, I've gotten really consistent with the hobby. And lots of people have asked me, what are my goals? What are my objectives? What am I doing as a creator? And I figured it would be a great topic to make a video about. So, big picture, my objective is to discover delightful experiences all over the world and share them. That's what I do. And I have been in the last year and a half very much focused on Disney parks, but I also do travel, lifestyle, and technology. And I really hope to continue to provide a variety of different kinds of content in video form. And I'm having so much fun making these videos as a hobby. And in that time, I've developed some guidelines and principles by which I create, and I wanted to share them with you. So at the top of the list is that I'm providing curated authenticity. I think it's so important that my content, with the experiences I'm sharing and my reactions to those experiences are true and authentic, but they are curated. So what that means is that I'm going to be leaving out a lot of the most mundane aspects of my life. I'm going to leave out the most mundane aspects of a travel experience or a day at Disney. So that means you're not going to see a lot of waiting in line or on transportation. It's really about the most interesting aspects. So in a sense, that's not exactly authentic. If you see a day that I show, you're only seeing the most interesting bits. But those interesting bits are shown authentically and my reactions to them are authentic. And I think that's the most important thing. I'm also always going to play by the rules. I'm never going to share any kind of shortcut or loophole which would cause a problem for the frontline staff of, let's say, Disney parks. If there is a trick or a secret that gets out that means lots of people doing it are going to cause a problem for frontline staff, I don't mention it. I just try to play by the rules whatever I'm doing. I also just try to focus on sharing my experience and staying out of the mud. What I'm doing is not reacting to what other people are doing. I'm not trying to call anyone out. I'm not trying to focus on what other people are doing. I do my thing and I share my experience. So I just stay out of all the drama. In sharing that experience, I do the best I can not to create FOMO, fear of missing out. I want people to feel like they're along with me to see the experience, but it's not me saying, haha, look what I get to do. Look who I'm with. Look what I'm eating. Isn't that neat? I really want to share the experience with the people who are watching without creating any kind of feeling of any bad feeling at all. I haven't quite figured out the best way to do this because I want to share interesting and fun things, and these may be things that other people can't do. So I don't know exactly how I do that, but it does help guide me a little bit to say, the way I talk about things, the way I I want people to have the feeling of coming along with me, feeling the feelings I'm feeling, rather than just saying, look what I'm doing. I also try to keep it fresh and interesting. I try to find new things to do. And although I don't think there's any issue with recording and sharing trodden ground, I would call it, is the things that have been around for a while, the things that people have tried for a while, is to make sure to give a fresh perspective on it or to share your authentic experience there without doing the same thing over and over again, without sharing the same cliche, without bringing up the same topic over and over again. Keeping it fresh and interesting and doing a variety of things, I think just makes the content more compelling. I'm always going to be trying new styles, new subject matters, new formats, new platforms. I'll be trying lots of different things. I want to keep it interesting and fun. I don't want to get stuck in a rut, and I don't want to do a repetitive pattern. As far as the actual style of the content, I want to keep it really snappy and fun. I want it to move fast, but I don't want it to be frenetic, so that pacing is really important. And I also just want to respect the audience's time. I think that's such an important aspect of my content, is that when a video starts, you get a sense of what you're getting out of it. And I don't waste people's time. I don't string them along. I want them to feel like they're on the journey with me. It's not a rushed journey, but also I'm not kind of lollygagging. So I think pacing is a really important aspect of my content. I also don't want to sensationalize anything. I think there's a habit right now where people want to capture your attention in the first few minutes and sensationalize something in order to get your attention and pull you in when the payoff isn't there. And I think this has to do with respecting the audience's time. So I'm going to be honest about things from the beginning. And if that means I get less views, then so be it. I also want to avoid any kind of gimmicks. I want to focus on sharing my experience and taking people along on that experience. I'm probably not going to be doing giveaways. I'm not going to be doing follow and like in order to get entered into this kind of thing. I just want to focus on making content about the things I'm experiencing. Another key principle for me is providing high quality audio and video. I think I want people to see how much effort I put into it. I want them to appreciate the effort I put into it. I want to get good shots, good audio. I want it to be edited together really, really nicely. To me, that's important. I want people to see that I make an effort into the content. Now, that doesn't mean necessarily that I won't sometimes shoot from the hip and just upload something, because that's fun. I like doing that too. And the platform affords that. It makes it easy to do that. But I do want most of my content to show that I care about the craft of making a video. And I think that also really plays into that whole idea of respecting your viewer and giving them good quality content. I also think it's important that I don't make any claim to be an expert. I go out and experience things and I share my experience, and I do share some knowledge and facts, but I want to be very, very careful to fact check those things, make sure I'm saying the right thing, I'm referring to the right thing, and I'm not making the claim, however, that I'm an expert in all of these things, and I'm really just sharing the way I perceive these things. I also want to make sure I'm trying new things and I'm finding new things to share, but I'm not chasing breaking news. And I think I'm not a journalist. I'm just here to share my experience. And I think getting into the whole world of trying to share all the latest, greatest breaking news, it's a hard thing to do. I think it takes someone who knows the world of journalism, who has full time to dedicate to it. In the world of Disney parks in particular, there's something new happening every week, and it is exhausting to cover it all. So I'm totally avoiding that, and I'm only sharing things that I experience directly, mostly. And I'm trying to go and experience those things when they're new, because it's a fun thing to do, but I'm not going to be trying to be a news reporter. It's really, really hard, and I don't think I would do a very good job at it. So I'm focusing on the things that I know I could do well. I also think it's really important that I'm real about things, but I'm not complaining about things. No one wants to watch me experience something and complain that it's not perfect when perhaps they're not able to experience that thing in the first place. So I think it's really important to be honest about what I'm experiencing, but not come off like I'm whining about it. And finally, I think one of the most important things is being grateful. I am so lucky that I get to do all these cool things. I'm so lucky that I have an audience that's interested in seeing it and likes to watch the videos. So for that, I am very, very thankful. And I think it's important that I express that gratitude as much as possible. And that's so important to me. And so as I wrap up this video, I want to say thank you for watching it. I hope it was insightful. I hope it was interesting. Maybe it was useful. And if there's something you have a question about, by all means, leave it in the comments and I'll address it. All right, I'll catch you in the parks.